Hello, hello, citizens and UEMC miners. Rockseeker here, your host at the bar on GrimHEX. And when I left you the last time, that was about a month ago, but I was mentioning that I was waiting for a special guest. Well, that guest did not come that night, but I have him with me tonight, so I should be here anytime soon, just waiting for him to just show up. So he should be here soon. Oh, here he is. Hello, hello.
Hey, Rockseeker.
Hey.
Hey, Rockseeker, how you doing?
I'm doing good. So here we have Stim with us. For those who are members of the UEMC, Stim is one of our very active member, and I'm happy to have you here. And I'm glad that it worked out tonight to be able to do that. So salute to you too. And so why don't you come here by the bar, and then we'll just have a quick discussion. So why don't you tell me a bit about yourself? I guess I've been talking for like 28 episodes about myself, so it's going to be nice to hear someone else on this show. So yeah, when did you join Star Citizen? How did you discover Star Citizen first of all?
Sure. Well, Rock, thanks for having me. It's great to be here. It's been a long time. I'm sorry I couldn't make it a month ago, but it's nice to be here. Look, I joined Star Citizen back in 2012, not one of the original backers, but early enough. And then I took a bit of a hiatus because the game wasn't at the state that I was interested in getting too involved. So when 2014, in about June, that's when I got interested again, and I came back, and there was Arena Commander and Star Marine was coming out, and there was all this hype about it. So I started looking, I started getting interested, joining organizations, having a look at YouTube channels, and checking out content creators. And that's when I heard about the UEMC just by looking and scanning the organizations list to see what's out there. I've been mining in my professional life, in real life, and so I really wanted to be able to take that knowledge and that part that I like and apply it to a game mechanic and kind of get in there and see how mining works within Star Citizen. I've played a lot of mining in EVE, and I really like that mechanic, and I know that Chris Roberts is going to do it in a way with everybody at CIG that's going to be so much better than that game was ever. So I looked at the UEMC, had a look. They had a good size org. They had a nice active Discord. So I jumped in, met Rock and some of the other guys, and just really started to embrace the culture of UEMC. It's just such a welcoming group of people, both guys and ladies. And so that's the story. I've been involved in trying to help out some of the new members coming on board. We've got a really open community that likes to discuss what's upcoming, a little bit of theory crafting, a little bit of helping each other with setups and configurations, and just talking about what's coming in.
You just mentioned something. You just mentioned that you're actually from the mining industry. That's interesting. Yeah, I just learned that recently. So why don't you? What do you do exactly?
So I do. I'm a product manager and business unit manager for a couple of verticals within the mining sector for a company called Infomine. If you've heard of the website mining.com, which is a pretty good domain in mining on the web, I put together how the website looks, how its products are designed, and make sure that the user experience on that site is just as flawless as it can be. So I really enjoy watching a lot of the developer like bug smashers, a lot of the design documents that CIG is putting out. Heck, I even enjoy out of Turbulent Benoit talking about Spectrum, but I know I could be alone on that.
Well, I met Benoit, as you know, a couple of times, so that was kind of cool chatting with him. So, yeah.
Yeah, he seems like a really cool guy just by the video, but you need to meet him one day.
I got to chat with him a lot in French, so that was good.
That's something I can't do.
Yeah, well, that was at the last Bar Citizen in Montreal. And that's where I got to meet both Tylers too, Tyler Whitkins and Tyler Nolan in person. So that was kind of cool. So,
Yeah.
and one thing I took the advantage of the time. It says, so guys, is the mining spider still in the plan? Are you still
Oh,
planning
perfect.
to maybe concept it or something? Because us at the UEMC, we really want that little buggy there. And it says, oh, don't worry, it's still there in the plan. So cannot say more, but it's still in the plan. So quite happy about that. So this means
Perfect.
we should have a mining spider. You heard it on the Rockseeker show, whatever all you call it, like exploring exploring and mining with the UEMC. Well, we don't have mining yet, and we can do exploration though. We did the map of Yella, and which we're gonna have to toss aside in a couple of weeks and redo.
Yeah, it's
It,
all going to be new.
yeah, well, you heard that the Yella is going to be about 3 times the size, or at least
Yeah.
much bigger. That's something else that Tyler's and Tyler confirmed to me, both Tylers. So
So, do we know if the Gila belt is going to be rotating at all,
the
or is
moons
that
are
just planets?
the moons and the
Moons.
planets are rotating. There's a video that got posted recently on Reddit where someone was one of the evocati was standing
Hmm.
on a planet, I believe, or was it a moon?
That's right.
I think
Yeah, I
it's
shared
I
that in the
think it's a
channel.
moon, right? And then you
Yeah.
see the sunrise, and yeah, it was a moon because you see it was yellow because you see the sunrise, and then you see Crusader rise in the back.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
was cool.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah. That'll
asteroid,
be neat.
I guess eventually they're gonna make them rotate, but
No, this
I
this
guess it's a lot of small objects to program to rotate.
Yeah, but this
I
game is
don't.
just amazing because it's all about little objects rotating because the rocks themselves, the asteroids themselves are rotating, and then they'll be in a belt that's rotating, and then they're around a planet that's rotating within a system that's rotating.
Yeah.
And at that single point of light being the star in the middle of the system, you're just going to have the most amazing vistas where you can be on the dark side of a moon, the dark side of a planet, and come around and land in that zone between light and dark and have all sorts of different tapestries of the way that the planets and the moons are going to look. So it's going to be a beautiful game in high definition with, um, you know, just the best graphics out there.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
fantastic. I'm
And
looking
now
forward
that
to
you
it.
mentioned
Yeah.
rotations, this means that when I go back and redo the map of Yella, now I'm gonna have to rethink about the grid system because it won't be like the same thing, like always arriving at the same location when you're jumping from Port Olisar. No, if everything rotates, you will end up. Sometimes you'll end up right where GrimHEX is. Sometimes GrimHEX will be at the opposite side of the moon.
You know what? It might be easier. If the belt is rotating, you might just be able to stay stationary at the same point and do a time lapse capture.
Maybe, yeah.
It might take a while.
Yeah, you want to go to GrimHEX, you just park yourself there and you wait for GrimHEX to pass by. Which reminds me
Yeah.
that in order to get here to GrimHEX tonight, we were actually good citizens. So we decided, hey, what's the easiest way to get to GrimHEX? Instead of flying there, flying around the belt, even if we know some short way to get there, as I posted in my episode 2, how to quickly get to GrimHEX, we said, well, there's even a faster way, or at least we thought it was faster. It's to just become a criminal. So we spent about an hour trying to become a criminal. So I guess
Yeah.
we should post those. We tried all sort of ways, but never managed to become criminal. In the
Yeah,
end,
it,
we
it did
did
take us a little
manage
over an
because
hour,
we're here having a beer. Finally,
but it was
actually,
hard.
having a beer. Actually, having the second beer because it took so long. So
Yeah, yeah. But
yeah.
you know what, Rock? It just goes to say that we are just such good guys that it's hard for us to become criminals and do those nasty deeds.
Yeah, and you know what? As good guys, this is gonna lead us in our next segment. So we're gonna stop it here and be back to discuss about the game changer. So what you
Ah,
and I think, and chat a bit about that. So Don't go away, guys. And we'll be back in a couple days with a follow-up on this discussion. See you soon.
I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be interesting. Bye for now.